So just so you know that they have to stop the act and then start the normal compliance process. Your policy should allow for senior management to escort the compliance officer. Have the on-site supervisor tell the compliance officer of the policy and how long it will take for management to arrive. During this time, don't allow the compliance officer to walk around on the site, speak to employees, or review documents. They'll ask for them, and then you simply say, well, when our representative gets here, I'll be happy to provide them for you. Ask them to wait in an isolated area or leave the area until the manager arrives. Some sage advice is do not demobilize your crew or leave. It sends a very bad message to OSHA on what you're trying to hide. What you could do is stop risky work, such as working at elevations or in trenches, do site cleanup and conduct toolbox talks while you're waiting for this to happen. But definitely don't abandon the site. An opening conference to be held with the compliance officer and the supervisors, senior management, and if desired, an outside representation. Again, with COVID, I've seen them allow these to do by video. The compliance officer will present their credentials, and that is a really good time to verify them. The compliance officer will state the reason for the visit. Listen carefully, take notes. This determines the scope of their inspection. An example is that there was a fall protection violation, and the compliance officer then asked for your safety data sheets for chemicals on the job site. That is out of the scope of their inspection because they were there for fall protection. Now, I wouldn't say no and argue with them. I would ask them for the cause and then tell them you'll provide them at a later time. Once again, don't argue. However, if you see a chemical or if they see a chemical being improperly used, then the SDSs are fair game. But they ask for a copy of one SDS, don't hand them the whole book, because then they can examine the whole book. Your compliance officer will ask you for documents and information that must be presented. Common items such as your OSHA 300 log for the last couple of years, you have to give them within a short period of time. They're going to ask for your federal tax ID or your EIN. They're going to ask for your written HAZCOM program, a list of all the employees and supervisors who were present on site at the time of the observation, training records on the observation topic for the people who were on site, and a site inspection record for that day. Those are all things you have to provide. There shouldn't be any kind of argument. You should already have them and you'll produce them. I always tell people don't get diarrhea of the mouth. Do not overshare. So when you say, I need records for ladder training, don't say, we've never done ladder training before. We've never thought about doing that before. Just simply say, I don't have the records available. And then you can let your attorney or representative deal with that later on.